Here we go. Yeah. Feline Fox, this is my intro music now for the rest, until somebody says anything. Feline Fox out of El Paso, Texas. Look him up on Instagram. Feline Fox, I think it's a duo. It's a two-man group. Like, was that H? What was the name of that group out of Chicago? It's just a two-man group. Anyway, so Feline Fox out of El Paso, Texas. Anyway, so we're back. We're waiting on my guest, Dominique Aegerter. We got the times mixed up. He's in Switzerland. I'm obviously here in Indianapolis, and we got our times mixed up. Either way, waiting on him to click in. Until then, a little bit about Dominique Aegerter. Dominique Aegerter is from Switzerland, part of the Swiss Mafia. It's him, Thomas Luthi, Randy Krummenacher. They're all Swiss riders. And they call it the Swiss Mafia, but I mean, they're from Switzerland. I mean, how badass can they be? I mean, what are they gonna do? Like, give you some cheese and chop you up with a Swiss Army knife? I mean, they're nice guys. If you piss off a Swiss rider, you've done something. Even in competition, Swiss guys are the nicest guys. The most anybody's ever done was Thomas Luthi. When Marc Marquez pissed him off, and after the race, he slapped him on the back of the head. He did. He went across the finish line, and he got mad at him for doing this move, and he literally hit him on the back of the head, like he slapped on the back of the helmet. He was so pissed off at him, he slapped on the back of the head, and he looked at him like, what? They go, you know what the fuck you just did. You know what I mean? I love that, man. So anyway, we're going to have Dominique Aegerter on the show. And it's off season for motorcycle races. This is what I love. But coming up, actually, I'm gonna have Dominique Aegerter this week. Next week's gonna be Dominique Doyle from South Africa, my first South African rider. Hopefully, I get Matthew Schultz on. I just want to get a bevy of riders. And by the way, the show is not just about motorcycle riders or whatever. It's about anybody that inspires me, maybe that inspires you. So if you guys want to hit me up on a DM or just hit me up on the comments, say, hey man, why don't you put on this person? They don't have to be athletes. They don't have to, just somebody that inspires me. I'm going to have matter of fact, I'm going to have a woman on who was in a horrible car accident. She's in motorcycle racing, actually. She was a grid girl. Now she's in the press office. And, here we go. I think Dominique's ready. So, all right, here we go. Hope he clicks on. Yeah. Oh, he's joining. Here we go. Yes. Dom, can you hear me?
Hello.
Dom, what's up, buddy?
Hey.
How are you, man? Finally, we talk. Finally, how are you?
I'm very good, and you?
I'm doing good. We messed up on times, but hey, the hell with fuck it, man. We're here. I'm glad to see you, buddy. First of all, happy holidays to you.
Yeah, I'm good, and I'm here in Switzerland. Rainy, little bit snowing, but yeah, I'm fine.
Hey, what's with the Hollywood sign behind you? What's with the Hollywood sign?
I was one time in Hollywood, so I take something back home.
Were you shooting a porno? What were you doing?
No, I was there for training and holiday.
Oh, in the wintertime?
Yeah, I think 4 or 5 years ago.
And you didn't call me? You don't call me for that. You don't call me when you have your you don't call me when you have your Dominique party, your party that at the end of the year. You never call me. I would fly over to Switzerland and be there, and you're supposed to be boys, Dom.
You will be always invited, of course.
Well, you didn't invite me. Every year you've had it, you've never invited me, Dom. Every year you never invited me.
I'm afraid that you all take all the girls that I have.
I take all the girls that you have, so that means you got more than one girl. As a matter of fact, I party with you, Dom. Let me tell you something. When you walk in the building, if you go into a party with Dom, let me tell you something. It's over. And you might think you're good looking. You walk into a party with this dude, it's done. It's over. Girls go, excuse me, won't be needing these anymore, and boom, and they're with you. And I party with you, man. You're fun at first, and then once the music starts, and once you get a couple beverages in you, it's over. The girls see you, and you go dancing, and it is done. But we've been friends since what, 2008 is it? I think when you first came to Indianapolis, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, man, and it was you and Bradley Smith have always been the guys I've always been friends with, man, and it's been just a good time knowing you, brother. And I was looking over your stats and everything. I didn't realize, man, you've been through so much that it's understated what you've been through as a rider, and I'm going to get to that in eventually. But I know you started off doing motocross. That's your starting off, right? When you about 5 or 6, was it?
Yeah, around 5. I make my first motocross race, but I was first on a bike with 3 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
3 years old? Is that the normal starting time in Switzerland or what?
No, in Switzerland there is not so many motocross or bike racer.
Yeah.
So the normal boys, they go to football or ice hockey or something like this, but they don't do motorbike.
Okay, and what was it about motorcycles at that age? What was it about motorcycles that kept you? Like, sometimes as a kid you like something, then you move on to something else, but you stayed with it. What was it?
The passion, and I just love it to ride the bike, the freedom, the sound, and my parents always support me, and I was always happy to jump on a bike and ride as fast as possible.
Now, growing up in Switzerland, who were your idols growing up? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know what it's like in Switzerland. I know, when I talk to riders from Spain, of course, they have the Spanish riders and American riders, had people looked up to. Who did you look up to growing up?
First, always to the person that was faster than me. I was always looking up to them. But when I was a motocross rider, there was Michel Pichon. He was a world championship rider in motocross.
Yes.
And he was always my idol. And first I was trying to get to the world championship in motocross. But then with 13 years old, I swapped from dirt bikes to road bikes. And then was different idols that I look up to.
Now, why did you make that switch? Why did you make that switch?
It's difficult to say. My father was always pushing me a little bit to go to the road bikes, and there was a small cup in Switzerland with 50cc motorbikes. But when I ride this championship, I had not so much fun because it was only on karting tracks and slow tracks. But then I went to Junior Cup in Germany with a 125 in Hockenheim. And this was amazing when you come first with 13 years old to a track who is nearly 20 meters large and 5 kilometers long. This was amazing. And I feel much more fun on the road bike then. And I was getting better and better. And still I'm here.
Now, when did you realize that you had something special? Like, okay, you're racing with everybody, and I guess you're doing okay, but when did you realize, hey, I'm a little bit better than the rest of these people, or this is what I really want to do, and I think I'm better than everybody else at this? When did you have that realization that I can make a living from this?
First was always a dream to ride in the World Championship, and it was always the goal to end there, but to really live from the road racing was not so easy. Also, the first years in 125 in World Championship, I was a World Championship rider. I was traveling around the world. Was a full-time job, but first I get some money really from the racing was in 2011 when I ride the second year in Moto2.
Okay, so you raced 125 first though, right? You got the 125s. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your first oh shit moment when you realized, oh, I'm in with the big boys now? What was your first oh shit moment? Because I asked this to Sean Dillon Kelly, the Moto America rider, and he said when Raul Fernandez went full speed past him going into a turn, he went, oh shit, this is what it's like. So what was your oh shit moment for you when you hit the World Championships?
My first wildcard ride was in 2006 in Estoril in Portugal, and already the wow effect was coming when I go with my mother with the camping car to the paddock, and we could park near to Rossi's camping car.
Yeah.
So this was already just amazing.
Yeah.
But then, you watched the riders on track. Like in this time was like Bautista and Pesek, Luthi, and all these riders. And then on Friday morning, you was with the 125 two-stroke bike there on the pit lane, and you are already on the red light waiting to get green to go out. And this was just like you say, it's first you go out, you need to learn the track, but then all the world championship rider, they come, pass you, woo, woo, woo. And yeah, it's amazing memories that I have there.
Did you have like butterflies? Did you think like, oh my God, I've arrived? Or did you think, hey, I'm just as good as these guys? I mean, what was that feeling like that first time when that green light hit to go to FP1 in Portugal and going down on that track? Did you think, whew, or did you think, I'm going to show these guys what the Swiss Mafia is made of?
Yeah, on this stage, I was a little bit afraid, but I was also quite relaxed because, yeah, I just wanted to give my best, and I think, yeah, they are just human. And yeah, in the end, when they pass me sometimes, I say, wow, I don't know if I can ride so fast. So yeah, in the end of the weekend, I get always closer to the top guys, and I say, hey, I can finish with some good riders already.
Now, in 125, what was the race that clicked for you, where you went, oh, okay, I got this now. Now I'm going to show them what I'm about? Because sometimes it takes riders a while to get it. You know what I mean? Like, they're racing and they're fast, but it takes them a while to get it. Like, okay, learn the racecraft. So when did you learn the racecraft in 125?
Yeah, in 2007, when I make the full season, for me, everything was new. All the tracks, all this traveling. I was in an Italian team, so I didn't speak Italian or English. So this was quite difficult the first year to really get into this road racing business. Uh-huh. But then, yeah, 2008 and 2009, I was in a good team with Ayo. And yeah, in this time I was learning a lot. And also I get my first top 10. And then I was saying, hey, when I continue like this, I can stand on the podium and can go forward.
Ayo is such an icon in this sport. Everyone talks about Ayo. What is it about that guy that is just magical? It's like he knows talent and he picks it, and everyone is a better rider after they meet him. What is it about him?
Sure, he was a rider before, so he can see which riders they are talented. So I'm quite proud to for 2 years. Yeah. And I didn't finish in the championship in front, but as a human, I get more experience. As a rider, I learn a lot, and he gives me a lot of experience also in this age, what you have between 17 and 19. On my career. And yeah, it's just amazing how he can help the young guys to improve, to get on a good line in the end. Yeah.
What advice did he give you that helped you that you didn't have before you met him? Like, what did he tell you that you're not doing this and you went okay, and then you became a better rider?
Yeah. I think it was many small things. It was about on track to how the riders think, when to push, when to relax, about the settings, about talking to the crew chief. This small stuff, this helps me always when he talk to me and say, hey, Domi, do this like that, or riding style. And this was all the small effects that he gave me, and this I take all my career long. Yeah.
Okay. So in 125, like, what is it that we don't see that you see? Like, sometimes from the outside looking in, for somebody like me, being a wannabe, I've always wanted to be out there. So I'm looking and going, oh, this guy's not, what's wrong with this guy? What is it that we don't see that you guys see? Is it the bike maybe, or maybe it's the rider? What is it we don't see that you guys see? Help us come into the mind of a racer. Like I said, as a spectator, I'm sure you hear guys say, oh, this guy's not doing this right, or this guy's not, he's got to have more balls. But the little that I do know, and being around the sport, I know that there's things we don't understand what's going on. We don't understand, like, maybe the crew is changing. Maybe you're not getting the right advice from your crew chief. So what is it we don't see that you see?
yeah, there is many things you cannot see as a spectator or as a fan or sponsor. What's really going on track or in the box with the bike, and we can also not always tell everything to the press.
Like what? Like what?
Something.
What can't you tell to the press that you'll get in trouble for? Like, what is it you can't say? Because we see you guys give the same interviews, and you always got the smile. And you're going, he's lying. So what? Like, what is it you can't say to the press?
For example, when the bike have some technical problems, or when one mechanic make a mistake to put something wrong in the bike, or maybe the suspension or something like this, you cannot really blame the team to say, hey, was not my fault, the team make something shit. And yeah, this is just, you need to give attention that sure the support what you get from the team, that you don't blame them, that you can always take the bad things to the rider and say, okay, we had a bad day, or I ride bad, or something like this, but you cannot really say Aprilia or Honda was not making a good exhaust or a good cylinder or something like this. So this is very dangerous to speak this. So in this time, we was always very quiet.
Okay. So now going into a season, what are your goals? Because sometimes if you get a bike, do you realize, okay, I don't think this bike is going to be a championship winning bike? So do you plan your goals according to that? Or do you go into a season knowing that I have a chance for a championship, or going to like, okay, this bike can't win a championship. I'm gonna do the best I can. Hopefully I'll finish in the top 10. What are always your goals going into a season?
Yeah, like you say, it's true. When you get a bike that you really see that you can win championship, like for example in Moto E, everybody had the same bikes. Then you can really think, I can win the championship, because it's only the rider who make the difference. But for example, in my years in Moto 2, from 13 to 15, let's say I had one bike that I can win the championship. So my goal was to really fight for podiums, and this was already in my head all the winter. But for example, last year with ME Augusta, or 1 year before when we make the KTM year with Kiefer, then we was really we didn't know what we can expect, which result, how the bike will work, how the team will work, everything. So we just needed to start the season, and then we could adapt our goals to the result what we get in the first race. And yeah, this was a little bit more difficult. So it's more easy to think you have the winning bike and you can really fight for the best position.
Now, going in, like I said, I was looking at your bio, whatever, and what I didn't realize is you've come through so much adversity. And if you don't want to talk about this, I understand. But you went through 2 losses in racing that were really close to you. You went through the loss of your the team with Kiefer, and also your teammate Tamazawa. And like I said, if you don't want to talk about it, I totally understand. But I'm just going to ask you, what was that like, and how do you get over that? Because it's so sudden, and honestly, I know they say that's racing and it's part of but the fact that it's so sudden, and especially in the Tamazawa case, he's your teammate. You both go out, you're in the same, you're in the same garage, and then, you go out and he doesn't come back. And that was a horrible weekend to watch. But what was it like for to be his teammate on that terrible afternoon?
Yeah, to think back, it's hard also for me still to think about this situation what happened in 2010 when he didn't come back. We was good teammate. We was training together, and we getting friends, because normally as a teammate you get a little bit closer, and yeah, he was from Japan, so he was alone in French, and I was there to train with him. So we're getting quite close, and yeah, was a really special day, and I will always remember him, and I can I get also the opportunity to learn his family in Japan, and this was very helpful for me because their culture is quite different. So they always say, "Hey, keep his smile, remembering," and yeah, just very nice to see them, and they give me also some how you say strongness to really keep his remember as a good boy and a smiling boy, and that I continue racing in a high level with no afraid in my back head.
I know, you know, he was one of the few people I never met on the grid. I met, you know, I said hi or saw everybody in the paddock, but and I always wanted to say hi to him, and that affected me. So I was like, how was it the next week or the rest of the season going in? And is that in the back of your head, or do you clear it out? And how do you clear it out? How did you come back the next week to go racing and to be focused on what you have to do and just clear that out of your head? That's the part I want to know. Like, that's got to be so difficult.
Yeah, like you say, it's very difficult really to keep this thinking apart that you lost one friend on the racetrack. But my goal was always to race, and we know also that racing is dangerous, but we are lucky that we can race on racetracks that the safety is very high. We have good protection with airbag, leather suite, helmet, boots, gloves, and I feel safety when I have this on me and I can ride on world championship tracks. And yeah, my goal was just to give the best also for the team and also for his family. And yeah, when you start to get afraid when you ride and you think too much about some injuries or something like that, then you will not getting fast, or you cannot really continue your career.
Okay, which yeah, fine. But how about this? How about when you were racing? And this is the part that affected me a lot. Was in Aragon. I think it was in 2015 when you got basically ran over by Xavier Simeon, and that was the first time I saw you injured. And I was beside myself because I looked down and they had to red flag the race because of you. And that was the first time you were really injured, as far as I know, in racing. Where I don't think you continued for the rest. I think you were out for the rest of the season. And then when they red flagged and I saw it was you, and I was like, oh my God, there was Dom. And I think I texted you and was like, hey man, you're gonna be okay. And that hurt me watching you because you've never been injured before, as far as I know. So then those are 2 years you were injured, like 2 years in a row, 15 and 16. You went through those injuries. And then I think then you do it, with the career going up and down. You changed chassis. I think you went to a Calyx, and I don't think you got. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dom. I think you did better with the Suitor. I think better than the Calyx, and so you went through a little up and down period. Man, how did you come through that on the brighter side? Because that, especially coming through injury, how did you deal with that? Especially being your first time that you really were injured.
Yeah, I was really lucky. Touch wood. I was really lucky. Also, all my racing career until now to really don't get too much injury. But it started in this 2015 when I get crashed out by Simeon, and this was also the first time I could not stand up again, because normally when I get crashed out, the first thing is jump up and run to the bike, get the bike and go back to racing.
Right.
But on this time, I try to stand up, and I feel that, something is wrong. So I couldn't stand up. So I say, not good. And I broke my hand and my back. So it was quite a big injury. And it was three months to get back really to shape, but because also was nearly was the winter time. I get enough time to really prepare my physical condition again perfect. So I was back on 2016 to racing again.
But how scary was, and where did Simeon say to you? Because I saw when he crashed and he came over and said something and you were laying down. Do you remember what he said to you?
No, I didn't remember what he say. But the good thing, he was coming to the hospital in Aragon, and he come to say I'm sorry, and I appreciate that he come to say really sorry, and because mistake can happen. Was the first lap, and he crashed, and he crashed into me. So this is also a little bit racing. You need to be also sometimes a little bit lucky.
Speaking of luck, this is what kills me. This year, Moto E, you win on the Saturday. You take the championship lead. You look great. You were in third. You came in the first. Great move. Last lap. You got the championship lead in Moto E, and the next day, you get taken out. And like you said, you got taken out, but the first thing you did was get up and you ran to your bike. Some people get mad. You ran to your bike. You try to get on. You finished the race. You still were in the championship. And the next week in Le Mans, you got taken out, and the bike fell on you, and you were underneath the bike. And the guy was on you, and you wasn't being mean, but you kind of pushed him off, and you got on your bike, and you finished the race. You could have easily called it, but you finished the race, and you got a point, and you were still in it to going into the last round of the championship. And obviously, you know what happened. Torres won it, but man, like, take me through that. Were you pissed? Or did you go, that's racing? What was your mindset when you're leading the day before? You basically, as we say here, you went from sugar to shit because you were on top, number one, and then the next day crashed. And so what was your mindset after that, man?
Yeah, this was really disappointing, and I was really, really angry because I know there is only 2-3 races to go.
Yeah.
I had 19 points in front, and for sure also in this second position what I get crashed out, I can sure fight for the victory again in Misano's race. So yeah, the first thing when I get crashed out, I was so angry, but I jumped to the bike, pick it up. It's 270 kilo. I'm lucky that I make some gym work good. I continue, but in this race I was not lucky to get any points. And 1 week later, the same bad thing happened, and again Simeon was crashing me out.
What is it with Simeon and you? I'm gonna go talk. If you want me to, I'll fly over and I'll beat him. If you want me to, I'll take his chocolate factory and I'll take all his chocolates and throw them in the ground. I mean, seriously, what is it with? Did you piss that guy off? Did you make time with his girlfriend? I mean, what'd you do? Why is he always crashing into you?
No, but yeah, this was in Misano. The mistake of the rider of Marcon was quite a big mistake, because to overtake in the second lap in this corner,
that was reckless.
Was much too fast.
That was reckless. That was all his fault. That was he went in. I watched the race. That was just reckless. I mean, did he apologize after the race?
Yeah, he came, but it doesn't help for the championship points.
What did you say to him? Did you say, man, get out of my face? Or did you just say, shook his hand? And I mean, what did you say when he goes, hey, I'm sorry? Did you go, man, whatever? Did you flip him off? What did you do? I mean, did you flip him off and say, you know what? You can get out of my garage right now. Or did you shut the garage door and go, you know what? We're going to handle this like men. What did you do?
After few hours he came, and I was already a little bit cooled down, luckily, that he didn't come after the race immediately. But yeah, I just say, yeah, you are not normal. You are stupid to make some to make some pass like this. And he get it, and he say, yeah, he make a mistake. He was much too fast, and yeah, but you can do nothing.
So when the year's over, I mean, you go into that last race, 17 points down. You have a shot. It's a long shot at best. You gave it your all. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, Dom. And I'm not just saying this because I'm on here. I'm saying it because I know you, and I'm saying it because I wanted you to win so bad because you went through so much. I remember being in your, like I tell everybody, I always apologize to you riders. I know how annoying I am when I'm on the grid. When I see you on the grid, you got to be all serious, and I'm there going, "Hey, it's Dom," and it's like,
hey,
yeah, I know, and it's like you see me, you go, "Oh God, not this guy," and you're trying to get serious. I'm like, "Dom," and you're like. And you're like, okay. So it's like I know you, and I want the best for you, man. And you had the chance for that championship. And that last, I'm not going to lie, I was happy for Jody. I mean, I really was. I like Jody Torres. I was happy for him, but man, I was just so, it hurt me so bad because you were so close. And I just wanted you to know that, man. It just hurt me. But you know what? You went balls out. You did what you had to do. I think you got a podium, or you got fourth. I think you got fourth that last race. Yeah, and you did the best job. And how did it feel though when you came in and you knew it just didn't work? I mean, what was that feeling like? Was it a sense of accomplishment because you finished the race, you did the best you could, and it really wasn't your fault? Nothing really was your fault. Even though Marcone did what he did, it's still racing. Did you walk away with a sense of satisfaction? What was that like?
No, I didn't have any satisfaction because I was coming to Le Mans and I had some points behind, but
You were 2.
I was 2 points, so I was nearly sure that I can win still this championship. And after Saturday already the emotion was quite high because I get again crashed out, and there was. In Moto E, you need to start on this position that you finish on the first race. So I needed to start in the last row. So the chances to really win the race and that Torres and Ferrari finish out of top 10 was nearly impossible. But I didn't give up. So
you didn't.
Yeah, there was just these 7 laps to race. So there was not enough time to really finish more in front. And to finish the championship in 3rd place is disappointing because first that 2 times I get crashed out, and in this race that I finish on the podium, and there is only 7 races, so it's short championship. And the second thing is also that I have equal points than Ferrari, so I'm in the 3rd position and not in the 2nd position. So this is quite disappointing.
Man, but I want you to know, man, I felt that with you. I really did. But like you said, you never gave up. When you crashed, you could have gave up when that bike was laying on you and you skidded off. You could have called it, but you got up, you got on that bike, and man, you finished like a fucking champion, bro. So enough of this negative shit. Let's talk about the good shit that's going on, because you, honestly, for 2020, the way it was going, it looked like you didn't have a ride, and then you got Moto E, and then you got a couple then you got a wild card, and then coming into 2021, you didn't know what was going to happen, and then you sign with one of the best teams in World Supersport. You'll be with 10K Yamaha, right?
Yeah.
Going in World Supersport, so you gotta be feeling. There you go. That's what you gotta do. That's what you have to represent that team. Represent that team, baby. Yeah. So how do you feel going into 2021, knowing you didn't have a ride, you didn't know what your future was like, and now you're one of the best teams, World Supersport, and now you're gonna show them what the Swiss Mafia is all about, baby. How do you feel going into 2021? What's your feeling like?
Yeah, I'm very proud to join this team. Like you say, they are one of the best team in World Supersport. They had 10 titles, 9 times in World Supersport, 1 time in World Superbike. And yeah, like you see, I'm very proud to wear the jacket of Yamaha. And after some difficult years, this is very good opportunity really to show again my potential. And beside Moto E, I can ride another championship because Moto E will be again 7 races, but in one whole year is not so much. So this is good that I can ride in World Supersport to really keep my level up.
So basically, you have a chance to be a 2-time world champion in Moto E and World Super Sport. So if you pull that off, I'm not saying no. When you pull that off, you will be the first winner of Moto E and World Super Sport to be a world champion. You could be a 2-time world champion in 1 year. That's what you're going to do, Dom.
For sure I will try, but then you need to come to my Dummy Fighter party.
If you do that, you better invite me to your Dummy party, and you better have a Swiss woman ready for me with some cheese, a Swiss Army knife, and some chocolate.
No.
You better invite me to that party. If you pull that off, I want to be invitation to that party. You understand?
I understand you.
So, how confident are you that you can be a title contender going to your first year?
Like we talked before. We was speaking about to get the good material to have a winning bike. So I see that the team is a winning team. In the last 2 years, they was not riding in Super Sport, and before they was on Honda. Now they are on R6 Yamaha. Mm-hmm. But I was in Holland to watch their workshop and the team, and this gives me already a lot of confidence. And I don't want to make too much pressure, but I think that I can fight in the top position for podiums, and when I can make this over the year, maybe close to the end, I can speak to you more and tell you if I'm a title contender or not.
We're going to have another podcast. You're going to be on time. I'm going to be on time. And when I do, you're going to be a world champion, and I'm going to be at your party. And you know what I want from you? I'm going to say it right now. I want you to send me one of your helmets with the Swiss flag on. That's what I want from you. That's what I want. I want you to send me one of your helmets with the Swiss flag on it. That's what I want from you.
This is a nice Christmas present.
You send one of your helmets, and I'll send you one of the American girls over there. Do you? How about that? I'll send you.
Maybe we can make a deal.
I'll send you an American California girl. How about that? American California girl.
That sounds very good. Maybe I can send you 2 helmets.
Hey, who's your celebrity crush? Who's your celebrity crush?
My celebrity crush?
Yeah, like what woman, like a movie star or whatever that you go, oh, like who makes you go, oh.
Oh.
Yeah, who? Scarlett Johansson? Who? Megan Fox?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. Nice.
I'll make some phone calls. You make some phone calls? I'll make some phone calls. I'll send Megan Fox over, and you send the helmet over. How about that?
Yeah, good deal. I know we cannot take that.
Hey man, listen, I got to get out of here, but before I do, a couple quick questions. I know in the Suzuka 8, and you raced with Noriyuki Haga. What was that like?
Oh, amazing! Because I ride with so many good riders there. Was just an experience that you, as a normal human, you cannot really get this. And also, we get on the podium there, and for the Japanese, for all the manufacturer, it's a big race there. And yeah, I was riding with Haga, was in the same team with Kevin Schwantz, with Casey Stoner, with Jack Miller, with Espargaro, Smith, all this kind of rider. I raced together, and it was just amazing to fight with them in 8-hour race. Was amazing experience, and it's a big shame that this year there was no race over there.
Who's been your favorite teammate over the years? Your favorite teammate over the years? If you had to pick.
There was many, because I ride already so many years.
I know. You're 30 now.
Yeah.
Man, you're getting up there, Dom. You don't look a day over 22. You look good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a difficult question because I had many good teammates, like Dimelio when he get world champion, Sufoglu.
Oh, Keenan.
A special teammate, but he was mentally much different than everybody else.
In what way, though? In what way was Keenan? Because Keenan was an animal, man. In what way mentally was he different?
Like he was not working so much. He just work or after the practice to speak with the crew chief and with the data guy and the suspension guy about 15 minutes, and then after the practice is finished, he change and he go back to the hotel. And yeah, about the praying stuff, it's also something very special that he pray 3-4 times per day. And he was not speaking much, but when he get on track, or he was, like you say, an animal. But then when you will ask him some question, he was very open to help you, to give you some information, to tell what he feel on the bike. And yeah, this was nice to get. But yeah, like 15 years I had many teammates, so a lot good guys. I never had bad guys, and I always could take some experience of the riders to help on my side. And yeah, I was always open to share the data or to make some sport together.
Right.
And it's also very important to have a good atmosphere in the team.
Dom, we got to get ready to get out of here. I'm going to ask you a couple questions. I want one-word answers, okay? Be honest, okay? Here we go. What country has the
Not a difficult question.
What country has the most beautiful girls? Who has the most beautiful girls? Of all the countries, you've been to Spain, you've been to Germany, you've been to your own country, Switzerland, you've been to the United States.
Yes.
Who has the most beautiful girls?
Yes. All you say. No.
Dami knows no ugly girls.
No, it was a big shame that this year we could not have any umbrella girls in our paddock.
Only you would say that.
But let's say, Spain, Italy, and Czech.
I said one, Dom. You can't pick three. I said name one country. One country.
Okay, Brazilian.
Brazilian. We didn't even go to Brazil. We didn't even. Y'all don't even go to Brazil.
Oh, Argentina one. Argentina. Okay, I swapped in my head.
Okay, one more question before we get. I'm really running late. I got to go. But one more question. In 2021, what place will you finish in World Supersport? In the world championship at the number one?
Number one.
I
can only say one. No?
There you go. I'm gonna hold you to that, Dom. I'm gonna hold you to that. Listen, we're gonna do a part 2 from this interview. We're gonna do it later on in the year, after the season, maybe during the season. But man, I know you had to come and do this for me, and we missed up on the time. That was my fault. But thank you so much for your time.
Sorry.
No, that was my fault. Have a good Christmas, buddy. Thank you so much. Stay healthy, stay well. And my friend, I will work on Megan Fox. You work on my helmet. and man, I wish you the best, Dom. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I wish you we've been friends since 2008. Let's continue to be friends, buddy. Stay safe, and I wish you nothing but the best, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time, for your nice questions, and I wish you also a good Christmas. And yeah, I hope next time we can speak again about some good questions and good stories.
Good story. Thank you so much, Dom. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching Tales from a Gemini with my buddy from the Swiss Mafia, Mr. Dominique Aegerter. And until next time, like I always say around this time, bye.